Hey, what is up? It's Ross from Spiritual Phoenix Studios, and we are back with another tarot card. Today we are doing the Knight of Wands, and as I call it sometimes, the Doer card. Why do I call it that? It's about energy, passion, impetus, like a proposal, taking action. Knights are usually about movement, wands are desires or passion, so it's like taking action on a desire or passion, usually. In reverse, it can mean insecurity or hesitation. Think about it. If knights are about movement, wands are desires or passion. If it's reversed, it's kind of not having the passion or desire to move forward. Kind of straightforward. Astrologically, it's associated with Scorpio and Sagittarius because court cards have two elements. And this energy is strong willed and disciplined, confident and upbeat. It can also be demanding and self-destructive and obsessive and impatient. It's associated with the element fire because knights are associated with fire, and then the suit of wands is associated with fire. So it's double fire for Knight of Wands, and it is highly motivated, strong vitality, strong enthusiasm, adventurous, and it is also dynamic energy. There would be some negative traits associated with that as well, but I only focused on the positive ones for this part. In numerology, the cards are associated with motion and action, but if you reduce this card down, 1 plus 2 is 3. Threes are usually about creativity, collaboration, abundance, growth, expansion, fertility. That's kind of the general energy of a 3, but knights are about motion and action. So if you get any other knight, it would still be about motion and action, but if you reduce it down, it would still have that concept of growth, expansion as well. Key concepts: it's time to fire up your ambition. So find something that you're passionate about and direct your energy towards it in a meaningful way. Support for creative projects. This is kind of saying give yourself some confidence to work on some creative things, to put yourself out there, to have some passion projects. Making progress on projects is another interpretation of this card, like taking action towards things that are meaningful and putting in the required work to accomplish things. It can also be blocks to progress are removed and events are speeding up. So think of this card as kind of like a road opener. A road opener is when you've done the required work, but you haven't gotten results yet. If you use this card in like a meditative state and call in the energy of it, you could use it like a road opener, is what I'm trying to say. Going forward, self-reflection questions. What actions can I take to create the desired outcome? Think of what you want and how you can achieve it. A lot of times, excuse me, I'm getting some coffee burps. A lot of times that we make plans for something, but we only think about the end result. We don't think of the steps necessary, and we get overwhelmed by the end result. But when you think about the practical steps you can take to get there, and it becomes a lot easier. How can I best use my energy today? Think of how you can channel your energy in the most effective way. For me, writing down a list of what I want to accomplish is one of the best ways for me to stay on track and focused, especially working from home and being like entirely independent. It's good to have that structure to know where to channel my energy. So the conscious thought process of planning things out is super important. Personalize it. When have you overcome a difficult block to progress? So when have you overcome some of your hurdles? Think about that one. And then another personalization is when have you constantly taken action on something you are passionate about? So when have you constantly put in the work into something that you really enjoy, regardless if you're getting the returns or results that you want? And then minor and major. This card is associated with the Hanged Man. And it would also be associated with the Empress as well. The Hangman is kind of the reverse energy of the Knight, and it's about slowing down and getting a different perspective. But when you reduce the Hangman further, it ends up being the Empress, which is the expansion, creativity, growth, which I think is more applicable to the Knights. I would adjust my previous note on this one. So yeah, it's more applicable to the Empress, even though technically it could be associated with the Hangman. All that said, I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you next week when we move on to the Queen of Wands. Peace.